You know, we'll talk a little bit before we get to reading Mr. Africanus Abraham I, or Africanus I Abraham. And this is going to help a lot of women out as well. I saw some posts and videos going up. Oh, people share stuff to me, people who I love. And I'm like, dude, do that. All right. So I wanted to talk about heat-resistant parasites. Now, a lot of y'all know in the coastal waters, as far as the south, some of the waters can be up to like 58 to 65 degrees. All right, which is commonly pretty warm, but 58 degrees, a lot of Special Force training it year-round, depending on Coronado or where you used to be like that in certain parts of Virginia, as far as the southern parts. Broughton, anyway. So those waters, in long time, it becomes irritable. So that means you're very cold. You know what I'm saying? Even though 58 degrees is not really cold water. It's that it's wet. It's always on you, closing your pores. You're sweating. So it's a mental thing. To get to a point where the shivers and everything, your body don't take over. What I'm getting at, temperature-dependent parasites, can they die in heat? Well, first by Bryant in 2018, this is cited by 15 different doctors or whatever you want to call them. Parasitic helminth infections are the most common source of neglected tropical disease among impoverished global communities. Hold on to that part. Let me go even further. Can a parasite survive the heat? Well, let's look at that. The study of a host parasite system in coastal waters of the southeastern United States, we know it's not the United States, this is America, found that a rise of just 2 degrees Celsius. Do y'all even know what 2 degrees Celsius is in Fahrenheit? Well, I will show you instead of tell you. This is what I enjoy. I think this is a beautiful thing. Anyway, 2 degrees Celsius is equivalent to 35 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay? Now, I just wanted to say that, so let's go back here. Okay? So, as it states, just 2 degrees Celsius could be enough. So, by 35 point whatever. Okay? Just round it off to 36 degrees, because it's over. It's 0.6 or 7. Anyway, just by that amount. So, if you're in 48 degree, rise by 35 degrees can kill parasitic vices, they state. No, pay attention to the common denominator of how they always show their flaws. All right. And it also, remember now, it says the study of host parasite system in coastal waters. So that's one area we're looking at. Could be enough. So it's not going to kill most to cause the parasite to die out locally, as infected hosts are not able to survive at the higher temperature. So that is all below 98.2 degrees, which your body is at. Why is it that we are riddled with parasites? I want you to understand something here, okay? So if we look at 74 degrees, just 74 degrees alone, Celsius, all right, that's equivalent to 165.2 degrees. That alone in the heat in the oven or in the stove should kill most parasites. It's a statement. It's there, okay? But we know that even pork, you have to cook for a long time at about 325 degrees, right? For a long, it's got a slow cook. And we know that steak in high heat or even over flame, even at medium rare, parasites go into the core of it, and for some reason, they can survive. Even with that immense heat, fire, dripping fat, and everything over being flipped. So what is that a testament to? Is that a conundrum? Is that hypocrisy of the medical field and science or biology? As far as those who mitigate and create these parasites. Are you aware that the heart parasite, let's go right now, what's going on? You are aware that the squirt, right, is a host of different parasitic things. HIV, AIDS, it's a parasite. The cancer cell that's put into it. People have a hard time believing this, right? Let's look at cancer. Is cancer a parasitic disease? Well, Darrier in 1889 described a parasite occurring in Paget's disease of the nipple, which he believed to be I forget the medical term, Coccidium, a member of the order of the Sporoza. Now, why do I say that? Because if you look at this, Cancerous tumors are parasitic organisms. Every last one of them are, because they grow. It's not about maturing, they grow. They feed on the host. And how are they able to do that? Because your body's inability in the last 4 decades to fight off said cancer parasites, because of the more induction of petroleum, non-living base synthetic things into the body. So your EK is your EKG, your your electrocardio, your pulmonary, everything is a system. If most of these people weren't eating the crap and the GMOs and everything else that's in their food by the system that strategically has planted all this stuff, and I've got more information that I have put together up top here about a number of tabs. It's very easy to see, okay? All up across here, all right? Because I love studying medicine, their medicine. This is all man-made. This is by definition a construct of the enemy's narrative. What were we reading? And we're going to get back to reading hopefully tomorrow in the afternoon or evening. William Cooper, Silent Weapons for Silent Wars. A silent wars that are created and fought with silent weapons. Most people don't know this because the more medical professions, all these damn doctors, I would say at least 50% know or more know that the things they're dealing with are parasites. When you go and get antibodies, why do they call them antibodies? Why do they give antigen to some certain individuals? Steroidal inflict. What are some of the steroids that are given? And what are they to mitigate against? A parasitic attack. Why do you think men's testosterone goes low? They say the estrogen went high, but what's mitigating it? And such all these young individuals, they're giving certain drugs made to believe to protect them. And at the same time, it makes them less of the man they're meant to become and maintain and stay throughout their lives. These bastards, and y'all want to sit there and smile in the doctors' faces because all the dumb little nurses and all the dumb little CNAs and all them, and they're all dumb. They don't know no better. I don't say it in a mean way because I myself am a nurse, and many others are. I'm just not practical. I'm not, what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna be standing on my feet, and my knees, and my back go out. No, man, it ain't happening. No, man, not when you done been jacked up by a big ass bomb like me. It's not happening. Yeah, people see me walking, and I see me climb my truck, and they see my face do a little grimace, but they don't know, and they don't need to know why. Because I have to mitigate other terms. Right now, what am I sipping on? I just took a potassium. Ginger, lemon, and lime. Lemon and lime are actually from the same family. I showed a picture of what a natural lemon or lime looks like. We are far from that. But there are some countries that still grow. It is citrus. It also helps to assist, just like garlic and many other things, to kill parasites. Parasites can never be done away with by these medications. They only make them nocturnal, put them to sleep for a long time, like a zombie or coma, where they don't know their performance. It's like killing their brain. So they're still in you, but how do you get them out? That's why it's important I go on this fast, and I mean a real one. Because what's going on with the fluctuation of my heart, my brain, with the clonazepam, I've been on and off. There have been 5 days I've been off of it. Then there's one day where I take a whole half and be like, because I don't want to get this. I don't want to get back to the point where I have to worry. And I've been dealing with this, guys, because it's real. You can't be on something as long as I have and been lied to. And my comfort in trusting people to do the right thing, that's why I have to burn their hair. That's why I have to pull out the blacks, make my own black wax. That's why I have to take charcoal. I have to do the circle. I have to communicate with that around me. That order that's around me, whether I'm communicating wrong or right. The thing is to be obliged to not be in purgatory, to subjugate myself to the things and the whims of what I don't honestly have a grasp on because it has been hidden from us. That's why I've been walking through y'all systematically through certain points to look at certain things, knowledge, and how it's passed on. You see what I'm saying? I know everybody wants to go and watch somebody talk about tiny and this, that, and the other, and people want to go and listen to all the nonsense and all the foolishness. I know people want to go on this. That's what it's all about. I want to share this with you because there was a period of time, and they would have you believe otherwise, when nobody got sick. Here comes along the pale skin, and they always hide the Negroes. there's a picture of a bunch of people on a boat in 1914. I had a friend who says, Red, I want you to look at this picture. Well, I shared it with him, like months before. And I said, well, okay, send it to me. He says, nah, man, slip on through. So I said, all right, I'm not drinking. So I slipped on through, and he opened a book up, and I'm looking at the picture of all these between 1940, 1920, 1930. That's why I make the statement. A lot of you Pelsons came here between the 1920s and the 1940s, and that's a solid fact. All right. Anyway, there are Negroes, obviously Irish, of European stock. I mean, original land-based individuals. Because of the coup d'etat, they came to the New World not to be subjugated to the enemies of their lands in hope to create a newer one. Now, not all of them came here. A lot of people that you would think are white over there in the annals of governing the so-called fake king or queen look like you and me. And with that being said, I'll go on to reading. I just wanted to share that. I'll share one more thing with you. Let me show you the desperation of the organizations of hypocrisy. And I'll show you with 2 pictures. This is India. This is in India. They call this, they dug out of the ground. It goes down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and even under where the water is, they call it a well. Wait till you see this picture. They call it a freaking well. This is in India. Now, they've been doing some work because you see the stairs on the side, they were not there. In India, it was covered, completely covered. I mean, dirt in, dirt out. Somebody in 1900 was digging it up and found it. Boom. Let's look at this one. This is another part. And they call this a well. But as you can see, and I can't tell you the layer up top, but they dug this out in India as well. Now, we're not even going to get to the things we know that are deep over here because I've read enough stories of individuals who are repellers who have went in the bottom of certain buildings because they need to find out why the bottom cylinder was flooded up. The water was nowhere. And when they went through a hole and they made it bigger and they realized there was more building underneath. And how many levels? Well, those people get silenced. But when the first writing went out, when they tell you in New York, or they tell you in Philly or in Chicago, some of the buildings that had this issue went down at least 7 to 12 stories. So when we look at the mezzanines and we look at the mountains, and I told you about the craters, are you having a hard time imagining when they wanted us to be able to imagine anyway, to keep us running in a loop outside of the paradigm of the box of lies we live in? I think Nabby is still alive. I think Mac Mean, there's a few others. There's quite a few people alive. And I just want to get this done and get it out there so we can be done. When you find somebody that's talking about the things I'm talking about, bring them over. I appreciate it. Really, I really, really would. And I'm not talking about the phenom of letters and words. We're not men of letters and words no more, and numbers. Some of us are, but we're beyond that. Where we're at now is this torrential downpour of sadness. Right now, there's this guy. His name is, let's pull him up. So that way you can go and see for yourself. Now, I deny things practical on the basis of knowing military, a lot of veterans. And some veterans out here think they know everybody, and they don't. All right, this guy's called Base Commodore. And I said a bunch of complete nonsense. What is it? Marines detached to catch deep state. Marines catch deep state agents, FBI at first it said, sabotaging power station and kill them. So let's pull this up. Obviously, he's using one of those automated voices. Marines catch FBI. Now, this is real raw news, and that's somebody's personal thing. Bunch of nonsense. So I commented on it, the only one. I said a bunch of nonsense. complete nonsense. Because I reached out, and there's certain individuals I know. This idiot, this individual, excuse me, I don't know name calling, it's unnecessary. But I don't. But when I looked at the individual's videos and I saw him talking, and I'm gonna show him in a minute if he was ballsy. I'm live. Let me say, I'm live. Come over here now. Hold on, I'm going to see if he comes over. So anyway, this is what he states. This is his thing. Base Commodore. Just the name is sad itself. He's not no officer. I can easily right now hit a friend up. I gave him a thumbs down because it's so garbage like. Anyway, this is my comment. Bunch of complete nonsense. Very to the point I am. Oh, and he puts O apostrophe RLY. Oh, really? I guess is what he's alluding to. He's very young. Type that kind of foolishness. Base Commodore, yes. James Lucifer Wooden Branch, aka Jim Redwood. How do you know? Because I do. And foolish sensationalism is stupid. We have a lot of individuals doing that. You better get your stuff together and pack it up now, and you better get it ready for the hills. No, what did I do? I very cordially said, y'all in the East Coast and West Coast, you really need to come into the heart of America. Now, if they drop a big bomb or whatever and blow us up, yeah, it's a done deal. I know what I'm talking about. I don't like to have to go into numerous things all like chaos. See, they're full of chaos. And they can't even see it themselves, even though they have a good intention. But sensationalism and making up stuff is pretty dumb. And then after I say that, he says, "Oh, you mad?" So I just says, "I'm live. Come on over and actually learn something, seeing how I am mad." And that is no way to make associates who know bad things are happening, especially somebody in retired military. And I'm not gonna sit up there and put out my thing because we have a lot of individuals who will sit there and lie about who they are and what they've done. Now, you can go over there and check his channel out. I mean, he has 370 subscribers. I was thinking about subscribing to him. We'll see.
A new derailment has happened.
Yeah, this is one of these paranoid guys. Nothing wrong with paranoid. Y'all know I've always said this. Here he is right here. This is him. Now, I'm not going to do an internet picture because I don't want to bet. I'm not saying the guy is wrong. I'm saying what he did with that story. No. I made a statement how many times in the last week about why are these people not out here patrolling at night, paying attention to the most common areas. Forget the police. It is our duty because the police are they're policy enforcers. They're nothing else. And they're supposed to enforce the policy to make sure federal employees and government act accordingly. But they, because of they're high up, become foolish because of what the CIA and FBI has done with creating racist ideology and narratives because of J. Edgar Hoover and the CIA going from 50 to 200 to now, and highly trained military individuals who are sociopaths. Not all, there's some good ones. So listen, Base Commodore, if that's your name, that's actually my name, you see. Come on over and have the conversation. It's not about hate. The reality is you're wrong. That is not what happened. It would be good to see that happen because, first of all, let me inform you something. Nobody would know they were FBI, the tactical team. That's very no constitution like the CIA, and nobody would know that they were agents. And if they were dead, that would be it. They made a deal with their devil, so you would never know that. It doesn't matter. They wouldn't carry documents, IDs, or anything. But if you feel that way, and your last call is to call me, I'm mad, as if really, dude, it's your channel. You say what you want. I believe in the First Amendment. I believe in the second to protect the first. And I believe in the fourth that nobody can come and just embark on two and doing and taking another. And also the fifth that you can be silent. But if you feel that way, not that I want to know where you live, instead of approaching it in reality, I look at everything you have here You have, this is not the bad, this is not to hurt the guy. All right. His videos are as goes: Ohio metal factory explosion 5 days ago. Base News 2/18/2023. Base News. Marine catch deep state agent sabotaging power station. Polonius. Train derails in Van Buren, where he was just talking about. Ohio chemical fire. Real. Statue dropped from high altitude. Zoomers and Vroomers. Next Network Entertainment. Sunken boats. Vlogging by the day. Proof of chemtrails is called aerosol spraying. The chemtrail is the action that is happening when the plane is going by, but the job itself is called aerosol spraying. Just to inform you, it's nothing good about it. If you're going to go ahead and follow the suit of others and get on that wagon, be bandwagon there, at least research some of the information so you have the knowledge if you decide to come over and pay attention. Because why would I be mad in the world that none of y'all are supposed to exist? But you do. So why don't we make the best of it? And I don't bite my tongue, and I know what I'm talking about. True paranormal stories from New Mexico. I bet you they know who the indigenous people are of the South America's so-called new name, New Mexico or Mexico. Some signs your phone is being hacked. We all know they're all hacked. We knew that since what you call congressional hearings of 1974. And when the first cell phone I bought, matter of fact, I think I bought number 127 in Queens, New York. It was a Sprint phone. It was an original cell phone created by the brother out of Detroit. Anyway, it's not about whose stick is bigger or whatever. Base Cuban refugee boat, which all you guys are. Tunnels through the mangroves in the Florida Keys. Do you know anything about the Seminoles? Okay. Yeah, in the Yamasee Nation. Okay. Base randomness. I bet you believe Black Indians are half African, some made-up term created around 1700s, but was really pushed by Jesse Jackson, to which never existed. Black Tube, Salt Wars of the Liberal Menace. Well, at least we know you're not a liberal. Thank you. Base Vlog Spooktober. Dude, we don't do Halloweens. We don't do nobody's holidays. We don't even believe this is 2023. Base history of the Jewish people. Yeah, don't even do that. Stay away from that topic. Because the majority of pale skins are very ignorant and arrogant, and so in a narcissistic way to the history, because the so-called 13th tribe, the Ashkenaz, first of all, they're not even Khazars. A lot of them died at long swords, the Bolshevik, you know what I'm saying, who fought beside them after the World's Fair and during the World's Fair, all right, in the First World War. And that was to eradicate the rest of original people's history over there, the Khazarians. So the Ashkenaz, back around the 10th, 11th, 12th century, took on our ancestors. Why do you think they connect to us and they only marry our women and not African women? They don't even marry Mongolian women. Listen, some of y'all just need to slow down before you get too far ahead. So if you want to talk about the base history of the Jewish people, there is no base history, especially if you didn't read Arthur Kessler, who they murdered him and his wife, the 13th tribe, nor you have Dutch uncles who may be of Jewish heritage, who don't consider themselves Jewish, who are no different from the majority of pale skins all along. It's an accepted, or they went there and chose based on the fact that being not a religion, it was a way of life. See, a lot of y'all don't know the truth, and a lot of y'all want to convert to it, or you want to say, I'm Jewish, as if it's a good thing, when they're the most perverted people. They're not the original people. And then you have, I dated Angela Bowie. So what? Hanging with the kittens. That's beautiful stuff. You have a decent channel, but you lack, other than your life, as far as information, you lack credibility. Do you know what credibility is? If you came over here, you don't know. No, I invited you, and if you decide to look at the video, there's no hate, bro. But to think I could be mad at you, dude. I'm a guy that puts out real content. I'm not a content creator. I would like to see people snap about their comb as they come around. And stop being part of the fissure of deception and division. Because that right now, that's the last thing we need. And y'all seem to be a commodity to push that, when a lot of our righteous people are running around very unrighteous, very unorganized. And not all the people that look like us are us. So, based Commodore, you should really remove that name as far as a retired veteran here. Remove that name. Because I'll make sure a lot of veterans see it, and they'll come over and ask you. It doesn't matter if you're ex-Army, Air Force, whatever. Because we have a lot of them who get out here and they want to hike their chest out and this, that, and the other. Don't do it. So anyway, let's turn this down a little more. Let's get into this reading, because I am a little tired. I should have came on a little earlier. I told you I was taking a nap, and I was. Nappy poet. I wanted to watch it live. I dozed off again. So here I am. Let's get it in. This is Abraham Africanus I. Now, Africanus, what does it mean? Does it mean African? Some of y'all know they say it was named after who? So remember, does it allude to something else? Well, let's go ahead and read. Chapter 4. About this time, let me read the whole thing. Abraham Africanus I, Alexander Del Mar, John F. Feeks and Company. Some people will say that's one. It doesn't look like it. His secret life as revealed under the mesmeric. We went over that to explain influence. Mysteries of the White House, which we know is the Franklin House. You know, they got to keep it where it keeps people gripped onto that false narrative. Anyway, about chapter 4. About this time, I made the great discovery that it is easier to pay a large debt than a larger one. That it is easier to pay a small debt than a large one. And that it is easier to pay nothing than even a small debt. Did you get that? The events that occurred during my absence were of such a nature that I deemed another voyage would benefit my health. So I bade goodbye to all hands and braved the western wave once more. I thought you only made one voyage, said Sue. The only one at that time. Haha, a good joke. Well, I made my second voyage down the river and we're talking about the Mississippi, y'all. Picked up a good deal of money by dancing jigs and singing nigger songs. Are you listening? Let me read that again. The events that occurred during my absence were of such a nature that I deemed another voyage would benefit my health. So I bade from the flatboat thing. I bade goodbye to all hands and braved the western wave once more. I thought you only made one voyage, said Sue. It's talking to Abraham Lincoln. The only one at that time, yes. A good joke. Well, I made my second voyage down the river, the Mississippi, and picked up a good deal of money by dancing jigs and singing nigger songs. I don't see any notice of that in any of your numerous biographies. Interrupted Stinter, referring to a stack of books on the shelves of all labeled Abraham Africanus. His life and services. Yes, returned Abe. It's all written down. I used to love the fact that my great grandma would say, yeah, I read it. It's written down. It's written down. And that's where I got it, like Mater and everything else, taters and Sherman. It's a country boy. Real one. Real cowboy. Anyway, labeled Abraham Africanus, his life and services. Yes, returned Abe. It's all written down, only in different language. Just refer to Jim Barrett's life, page 35, and you will see. Jim Barrett, go check it out. It is reported by his eminent friends that His Excellency refers with much pleasant humor to this early experience, some of his incidents affording abundant amusement to his auditors. On my third voyage, I sang so much that my jaws have remained widened ever since. On my fourth voyage, I told so many yawns that my neck got stretched over 4 inches. From some, I got the sobriquet, of clam mouth. From others that are of scraggy, perhaps an allusion to the proportions of my neck. On my 11th voyage, though, hold on, cried Center. These voyages are getting tedious. There is no end to them. There's only one more, replied Cheese. Then, well, get him on the subject of rail splitting. If he's as good as at rail splitting as he is at union splitting, rejoined the warrior, we shall have some rare amusement. But let us in these voyages. It's evident he has a tedious succession of them to relate, for the fool is only half seas over as yet. Pretty good, said Sue, lighting a cigar. I agree with you, Stinter. Drop these flatboat yarns and let's have some real anecdotes. Agreed, gentlemen, said Bram. But in leaving the water for the land, I am afraid you find my stories rather dry. Tell that to the Marines, cried Stinter. Moisten them with a little 40 rod, suggested Cheese. And chapter 5 will be about the rail splitter. I just wanted to get that in there. I had to say what I had to say. I'm a historian. I love history. I love books. That's why I shouldn't have to ask for him nowadays. So I always got to sit there and go, wow, they're really being stubborn. Like, you're not going to make me rich. I want to buy books. I've got 5 more. I'm not going to show them. You see all the ones that I'm waiting on. I need to show you more. But I've got like, I think there's like 12 more books I've got put aside. So, and like I said, you got to keep at least a couple $1,000s in the bank, especially when you're driving a brand new truck, tires, the weather and everything else. And I have the cat to feed, and me, I can go weeks without eating anyway. But it helps me, and I appreciate everybody that does donate for the books. It does. I don't want to say that because that could make people who are emotional feel some kind of way. I assume that everybody has good intentions. I really do, regardless of what's going on. I really assume that most people have very good intentions in this world, in this life. And yet, regardless of what we are aware of, I choose to lean on the side that most people have good intentions, even in making the mistakes they make. I would love to see people rise to that occasion to find the better them. Y'all know the words that I use, Jannah and Hava. Hava being the light of us, the source that's all around. That seems to be dampened. It's really not. It's kind of like a veil being put over everybody. The Jannah seems to be the go-to. We've seen that in the last year and a half. I mean inexplicably. You cannot make it up. But there's no two parties. There was one party, and they are subjugated. They are at a lesser place, hidden from their truths, while the perversions, inverted, do the things they do. And until people come around full focal and get a little teed of this, and they are. They are. And if you're paying attention and not stuck in the wallows of our purgatory, people who are insidious and so culpable and carrying on and passing on the foolish negatory. There are those who are waking up. There are more pale people and lighter people waking up than there are melanated. Yet there are more enemies than the waking. More enemies. And some people have a hard time understanding that. If you came over here, Mr. Commodore, when it loads up, go to the beginning and watch. See, I'm not in the world. I don't have to make enemies. Enemies are everywhere. But an enemy can be a friend of me as well. The enemy of my enemy, I can sometimes utilize. And if you're unaware of who you're talking to or having a conversation with, and you want to just put things out there because you heard it somewhere else, be mindful of where you get your information. Because not all information is a credible source. Sometimes it's spook or poof, the magic dragon. Sometimes it's like HR and puppet stuff and Jimmy and the magic flute. Sometimes it's just the door you're not supposed to open. And most people don't know that. So what do? We open like a calamity all the doors. No, if you don't have a key maker, keep your fingers to yourself. Just find your way out of the hall, because usually there's an exit or an escape. I appreciate everybody that came over. I'm going to go ahead and shut it down. We're at the 40-minute mark. 10 to 15 is the music. And I'm pretty tired still. I'm going to finish my ginger, lemon, and lime, which is that's utterly delicious. And I have another half of orange. Y'all know me about this citrus stuff. One of the best things for blood pressure for those of you who have an issue. I just got it in my eye. Oh, I'm going to destroy these. You know, I love you. My beautiful sisters, my good brothers. Too many people are willing to make enemies, and too many people are eating food that make them overly emotionally unstable. You know, I call it chemical lobotomy. And for the men and women, chemical castration. And there's even a chemical to which we need to keep away from. Because when these two are disemparted, how can the gut and the brain manipulate and the heart work to keep the two in sequence? The enemy has been working very long, and they don't care about no crayon color and no people. And if you're not all inclusive with that group, that organization, that corporation, well, that means you're on this side. So be wise. Be wise in how you respond. If you want to negate something, articulate. If somebody comes with an indifference, our people, we all used to be able to sit there and go, okay, wait, well, I don't agree. Then you come with better information. But don't get riled, because see, most people get so emotional, especially men now, like ain't very effeminate. No, I got this information. Check it out. What you going to do? And they think that it's WWE. That's World Wrestling Entertainment. This is not entertainment, people. This is really your life. This is your source, your soul, your spirit. There's a battle going on. And I don't even think it's so much for it. I think it's more for the things what your body's capable of, and to not allow you to be able to ascertain that, to destroy you. Shout outs, and I'm going to get you off here. Let me remove this off of this thingamajiggy here. All right. Give a couple shout outs, and I'm going to lay that way, and I'm going to put me on a goddamn cartoon and relax my mind until I doze off. No weedage, no weedage. Rondo, what's going on, beloved brother? Red Floyd, hey, baby. I know, yeah, hey, y'all. Red Floyd's sick, y'all. Y'all send us some energy. Get them bare feet out in the ground, all right? Face the north, all right? Let's take care of one another, okay? Let's take care of her. All right, baby girl. Hey, APJR, what's going on, beloved brother? B-Tree, what's going on? What's cracking? Hey, Great Wolf, good to see you. No, I just wanted to clear the air, because you know me, when somebody says something that's randomly kind of, it doesn't keep a communication or a conversation going, and the last call is to call somebody mad, and you know me, I have no emotions or feelings like that. Herbo, what's cracking? Peace up, family. People have a hard time dealing when somebody comes along and calls them on their stuff, and a lot of people are full of a lot of nonsense. Excuse me, my hands going over the camera. Doris, labor, you don't apologize for nothing. You know, apologize for what coming in this world too damn late. That's what we all need to apologize. We came in, but we came in with a purpose, and we need to remember that purpose. Doris Leber, it's good to have you here. May I trouble you for the page I missed? No, actually, just let it load up. It's loading. Mine's loaded up pretty quick. But what I was discussing is, I started with cancer, and why is it doing that? It's supposed to just automatically be there. Look at this. Look at this. I want you to see. When I said I got thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands. Listen to me. I have over several thousand tabs up top. Are you listening? Of nothing but information. A lot of it saved, a lot of it stored, a lot of it in cloud, a lot of it downloaded on a few terabytes of information. Because I have to decipher. It's still going. It's still going. I think it's about to stop. I'm not lying, y'all. Anyway, it's still going on. Wait, I'll clarify it all. I love information, but remember I always said you have to be careful with the information that you get. So I can't just, like the 5 men that killed that brother. Remember the comment was he was the wrong guy. Yes. Now, I heard somewhere somebody said Charleston White was saying, he killed another. And Charleston Wright is not wrong. Innocent men are being killed every goddamn day. Look at that one. Look at that one guy. Them 5 goofy niggas. And I watched the jumping in Queens, where we were fortunate enough to get in and break it up. It was like 40 high school students and one young man stomping his head, and we went over there and we started breaking jaws. It was right in Jamaica, Queens, at the train station, right down the corner from you had the movie station, and you had the Social Security building. And right where you go down to the trestle, it was across there in front of on the side of the Social Security building. We was over there. It was about 20 of us just took off from the bus side. And yo, we talking about old folks. We started smashing and slamming. You know, I was about 262 right then. Slamming them cats and pulling them by their, and they were so scared when they saw us attacking them. We was whooped. Some of them tried to fight back, and we just mashed them. And we all got the young man up. The police, they always rounded it. These fake ass sorry niggas come running around. What's going on? Man, we just told him, man, you'll get the fuck out of here. A lot of us were veterans too. He said, oh, you was in the army? Yeah, I was Navy. What's you? Oh. We tore their ass out of frame. So if any of you come over here and your life is better, yeah, I was one of the ones that probably broke your jaw, slammed you on the back of your neck. Jamaica in Queens, Jamaica Avenue over there, down the street from the movie theater. Well, the movie theater is right there, the whole thing, by the trestle, the bus, and the Social Security building. I was one of the ones over there mashing you dumbasses. Anyway, the pages I was discussing was dealing with heat. Does heat kill parasites? And then I went on to point out cancer as a form. But I also talked about the degrees of water in Celsius, because a lot of things are Celsius, and most people don't know Celsius. I'm ex-Navy. I have to know Celsius. But most people don't know that. And it's good it's very easy. Just look up Celsius and look at the comparisons between Celsius, 32 degrees Fahrenheit, 32 degrees, 2 degrees Celsius is around 35.6 Fahrenheit. And most people don't know that. And then it changes, even mitigated by going below. When you look at below Celsius, what it means compared to Fahrenheit. Anyhow, so I threw that out there, and then I let everybody know that mostly everything that's going on with everybody, by using the heartache as an example of cancer, everything is based on a parasite. Even that squirt they're giving everybody is comprised of HIV, which is patented by the United States government, cancers, pneumonia, and other ones. And all these are parasitic. They create problems. They don't fix nothing. Petroleum based lowers your frequency. And so what I did was I went up there and I just pulled out all this information. And that's what I discussed. I didn't read everything. It's too much. I just made it very simple. There's actually a medical book I could probably get. I'll buy with my own cash. But like I said, I am very appreciative of the donations to purchase more books. What is it right now? Because I don't know. Sometimes I get a donation. I don't know if I said thank you to everybody that sent it. It's $55. And Susan, well, I can't. Anyway, Rip sent the last 15. Timonius D sent 10. I think that was the other day. Susan did 10 the day before that. Nicholas Randolph the week before was 20. And I cashed out so I can purchase some more books, which they're coming in slowly. And you see, I got the Tartarian map from Nos Confundum. That's very big. I want to put it, and yo, listen to this, yo. Listen to see. You know, I like real paintings. You know what I'm saying? I like real paintings, Midwestern. But this one, as a friend wants to paint it, that works at the furniture store. She's just had a baby about 6 months ago. That's not just, but 6 months ago. Always at the gym, you know. And she's like, I would love to paint that, because I showed them. Because one of the guys was like, what are you talking about? Russia. I was like, oh, bro. And so I laid the map out on one of the tables for sale, because they sell furniture. And they were like, and he's like, I've been watching your videos, man. I was like, cool. I said, but why don't you buy the book and read it for yourself? So anyway, I want to put it like in a portrait, like, you know, get a what you call for it, the back and everything, and hang it up, you know. So that's what I'm looking at. And they're kind of expensive. And Michael's, man, that big? Oh, the nice one? I think it was like $287. Dude. But like I said, your donations go a long way. Half and half. Well, I actually spend more for the books, but
There's a lot of books. Some of the books are $18, $20. Some of the books are 50, and you've seen them. You can go and price them, and they're going up just like ammo. It's crazy. But I appreciate the donations. I love you guys. And it's just fun. I can't show you what I have in stocks and shit. But there it is. It's going to be the same. It's going to be the same for a minute. Y'all know how I do. 55. I just wait until I get the right amount, and I look at the books, and I go, okay, so I can match 185, or I can match $220 that I'm not going to be missing, and then I order the friggin' books, depending on what they are. Because a lot of times, lately, I want some big books. These books right here that hardly ever in stock, I saw two of them. One's for 65. Another one is for well, I showed some of the prices of the very expensive ones. That was just to show you they've changed, because they really want to hide this or get rid of it. The other one's for 112. So what I'm going to do is I want to get those. So when I get to the amount where I can go half see on that, then I'll go ahead and make it happen. And well, there's still other books though that's in there I need to get. So how many is it? Where's my, so I can show you. There's quite a few books in there. I gotta just go back. I got an Amazon app. I know I do. Is that it with the sales? No, that's what is that? Oh no, that's Glock 40. That's Cart Mag. That's Midway USA. That's Buds. No, that's Big Daddy Unlimited. Oh, I'm on the wrong page. That's all gun shit. Okay. Amp Airsoft with I like airsoft guns. No, that's it. God dang it. No, not Arizona. Man, I don't care about no damn Arizona like that. Adrian, name applications. No, it's not that. Where are we at here? My apologies, guys. I know what to do. Here we go. Like that. My dumb ass. All right, and I'm logged in. So let's go on. All right, I'm already signed in. You fucktard. No TV. All right, so these are all the books, and I think it's. Let me turn it around. I want you to see my information. So these are all the books that I'm going to get. Trail of Tears, blah, blah, blah. I got one Trail of Tears. I didn't like it, so I sent it back. The Jesuits of North America is 14. I ordered that, and I ordered a second one. Somebody asked me to order one. And The Woman of Lemuria. There's a whole bunch of books. Now, all these books I had to set to the side, but they're all in there. And the price for it is, I don't want to show you my information, is around $308. Oops, you don't need to see all that. Yeah, I'm up here on the bed. I got my guns. I was cleaning my guns, actually, when I woke up. So, and because it's hot with the window open, cracked. And I got my fake chicken things with the hot stuff. I'm scared to eat it. It's shiitake mushroom with spirulina, and anyway, there's habanero and Grim Reaper hot sauce with cayenne pepper. And you see, there's a funny looking. They all look the same because that's how they're made. It's vegan, but God, dog, man. I done ate 3, and I'm sweating. Windows cracked. It's about 68 degrees, and I'm sweating. Anyway, like again, all the books together comes to $365. So, when I get $175, then I'll go ahead and I'll buy them. So I want to buy them all. Well, actually, that's not including the Emerald tablets, which is $32, nor is it including the Doomsday, which is $35. So those are on the side. I'll just get those with my cash. All right. I've got Doomsday book, but I want to get some of the newer ones. I think me and Rep had that discussion. And Genesis Giants, I had to reorder it because they did me like the Abraham Africanus, asking me where do I want it mailed. I'm like, to my PO box. It's all over the place, and that's $43. Comes to $52. So I had to reorder that. So again, I appreciate the donations. It goes where it needs to go, so I can read to you guys. I really wanted to read more of that, but I feel like just talking a little bit, and I'm gonna get off of here though. I shout at everybody. I love you guys. I'm gonna lay that way. I'm gonna put on some cartoons. some old Looney Tunes or something. I don't know. Take all my clothes off, lay up here butt naked, and just enjoy this fucking cool weather, beautiful weather. You know, what was that? Snake root. Yeah. Pine needle tea is good. Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. That's what's up. Okay, I ain't gotta say nothing. Y'all listen to them. Habanero hot as hot, and I got the habanero, and I put the damn Carolina Reaper hot sauce on it. I mixed it in it. I ate 3 of them, man. I haven't drank. Well, you just saw me take my damn potassium, right? I took my potassium and my copper pill, right, and drank a little swallow of water. I'm sweating. Windows cracked. It's 68 degrees. I just went and checked the thermostat before I came when I was downstairs. Before I got, it's 68 degrees in here. It's cool. I'm sweating. I didn't want to drink the water. I mean, I ate it like about a good 55 minutes ago because I woke up to look at Navi. I ate 3 of them, and it was so hot. I just laid my head down and went back to sleep. Oh no, I'm not gonna go through this. Mouth just the water, and I thought I was gonna wake up with slob all down the side of my face, but no, the country boy can't survive. And I just held on, you know what I'm saying? Yes, stay home. Yes. Eat some damn beans. Some gas working. Poop it out. Cholesterol. I already told you about the castor oil, and most people, you know, we don't. She'll be all right. Y'all make sure of it. I'll be having my feet out in that sand early in the morning, in the AM. Love you, Rep. Love all y'all. Y'all have a grand evening. Share this, please. Let people know, hey, are you subscribed to Red? Go and check the notifications because a lot of people don't come over there because they don't know that. And, you know, let them know if you enjoy what I'm talking about, what I'm reading. But you heard that. Old Bram himself says, you know, back on the flatboat, dancing the jig and singing old Negro, you know, come on. People don't want to believe it. They want their fake world. They want their fake history. I know it's not steak. The Matrix is a motherfucker to break out of. Anyway, y'all have a good evening. I love you all. I do. I truly do.